Okay, timer is set. I'll 15 minutes is maybe what I'll give myself. Let's see. It's 3:15. I should be asleep, but I got an interview coming up, so just gonna grind out some lead code. Starting off with val in parentheses. I've done this like quite a few times, so hopefully this should be okay. Let's see if I've forgotten it or not. But basically I'm using this as a motivation question. But we'll get started. So given a string S containing just the characters, all these different types of brackets, determine if the input string is valid. An input string is valid if open brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets. So like that, or this. Open brackets must be closed in the correct order. Okay. Every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket. Wait, every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. I don't get how the third point is different from the first. Open brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets. Okay, every closing bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. Okay, that's still giving me like a mapping, like a dictionary. Like the closing bracket should link to the open bracket. But open brackets must be closed by the same type. I feel like this is like an open to close kind of mapping, and this is a close to open mapping. I don't know. I don't really get what the difference is. Maybe I'm just being silly. Let's take a look at a few examples. Okay. Put S. True, true, false, true, false. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go and use the way I've been taught. So the first thing I'll do is, so I've read the question, I've taken a look at a few examples. Now let's clear up a few assumptions. We know that we have a string S. What's that? What can that string be? What is it? Oh my god, I cannot speak today. What's the length of the string? Can it be like an empty string? What is the content of the string, right? Like from the question, it should just be these characters right here. Yeah, the order, boundaries. Yeah, I think those two should be the only things. Like just clearing up, just making sure that those two things are valid. Oh, so you can't have an empty string, so it has to be one. And it can just contain these characters. Okay, cool. All right, so we've kind of read the question, looked through some examples. Ideally, we should create our own example as well, but I won't do that because that's for a future problem. And then we have cleared up some assumptions. Let's think of how I would do this on pen and paper. Like if I was given like a string, how would I determine? Kind of just keeping track, to be honest. Like if we have like this and like that, right? The rule is this open bracket must be closed by the same type of bracket, right? Open brackets must be closed in the correct order. That's where the stack kind of comes in. Of course, I've done this problem before, and I know it's a stack problem. But just a stack of some kind would be useful. I'm trying to remember How did I even do that? Like, did I just use a list or did I use an actual stack? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We'll see when I'm coding it up how difficult it actually ends up being. And then I'll take a look at the neat code solution if needed. Open brackets must be closed in the correct order. Yep. And then closing brackets has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. Yeah, so for that, I'm just going to create like a dictionary mapping. Partly because I remember I did that for the last time. Yeah, partly because I did that the last time I solved this problem. And I'm trying to think. So if I were to do this on pen and paper, right? And then we had like something like this. So first I would start off with the open bracket, okay? Then I'd check this, then I'd see this, and then I see a closing bracket, okay? Now I want to make sure the closing bracket, like what's the latest open bracket we've seen, and it's this one right here, this square bracket, and that square bracket is not like, so this is the closing bracket and then this is the open bracket, and they are definitely not the ones for each other, and so we can return false immediately here. Now imagine this was fine and then this was kind of wrong. So we see this closing bracket, kind of check with the opening. So kind of like we have like an open brackets stack of some kind, right? Let's do that, and let's do this. So the closing bracket has the associating open bracket. That's good. Every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. Okay, open brackets must be closed with the same type of brackets. All right, so those two conditions are met, and open brackets must be closed in the correct order, and then the open bracket stack will ensure that we can get that done. And then the same thing here. So then we pop this element off the stack, so now it's not there. Now the latest element in the stack is this, and now we reach another closing bracket. Okay, and when we reach that, we check. Does it match? Yes, then we're good. And here it does not match, so I'll actually return false. Yeah, so I think that's the way I would do it on pen and paper. I don't know if that's maybe that's brute force as well. What's in more? Well, so let's think about the time complexity for that. So we're storing all the open brackets in some kind of a stack, so it can be worst case n being the length of the string, s. Or sorry, that's space complexity. Well, actually, I think we'll be making a dictionary as well, because to check that this closing bracket, right? What is the associated open bracket of this closing bracket, and make sure that like this element over here matches that. We'll need some kind of like a dictionary, a mapping, and space complexity will then be, we'll have like a stack of n divided by 2. Or sorry, yeah, worst case n and worst case n dictionary as well. Tying complexity, we have to go through the entire string. So it has to be n. Yep. All right. Can I make it better? I don't know. I don't know if there's hidden things about the stack as well that we have to consider. I don't know. All right, so we're at 10 minutes, so I'm gonna start coding now. So first thing I'll do is we have to return a boolean. So I'll do like a return true and a return false. Okay. So we got the right return types. Outputs and then the inputs. We have s. So we have open brackets. And I'll just use a list for this. I'll just get rid of that. Sure, I'll just leave that there. Close to open. Okay. Actually, I'm thinking I'll need like a kind of a way to store which elements are open brackets. So if we do something like for char in S, with char in open brackets. This is going to be a complexity of O of 3 because we have a fixed 3 kind of, we have a length of 3 array of open brackets. And so it's just like adding constant time, so it's not changing our overall time complexity. And then char in open brackets, I want to do open brackets stack dot append char, else we want to do so I see an edge condition here is that if open brackets stack and open brackets stack is equal to 0, we can immediately return false, which is a nice way to go about doing that. Like I think that's an edge case to deal with, but well, let's see if that causes us issues. And let's finish this dictionary here. Oh, I'm lucky that I have like a fixed number of characters that are in the string, because if this were like, this would be a much harder problem for me if I didn't have like a fixed kind of situation going on like this. I'm like hard coding this doesn't feel right. Like I feel like it could be more optimal. So now we want to do like a close to open check. Okay, so if close to open char is equal to open brackets stack -1. Then we can do open brackets stack.pop, and else we can immediately return false. Pop, and I think I would want like a kind of a check like this, but let's see. I'll kind of make a comment trying just true over here as well. I feel like there's some edge cases that would for some reason it wouldn't be a length 0 for some reason. Not doing a great job explaining this if this were an actual interview though. That's alright. So after this pop, what else am I supposed to do? I think that's it. Let's try running this because I'm at the, I said 15 minutes, I'm at the 16-minute mark. Oh, I have to log in. I thought I was logged in already. Very weird. Alright, run, close to open. Okay, missed a thing here. Oh, where else did I mess up? Wait, sorry, what's the error? No. Okay. Okay. And submit. Beautiful. And if I just do true, and submit that. Okay, so there was an edge case. I think I was honestly working off memory. Like I wasn't really thinking for this question. And my communication was very poor. Like I could have done a much better job in doing that. All right, but that's a good way to start my midnight or early morning LeetCode grind. All right, well, let's go to the next question.